What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool Takeover update video where we will have a lot of brand new information for you guys, because Adam Williams, who is a finance correspondent working at Football Insider, he's reporting that Liverpool's takeover price has just increased after a confirmed news of UEFA and FIFA's victory over the remaining clubs who still want to form a European Super League, like Juventus, Real Madrid, Barcelona. At the European Court of Justice, this verdict has increased confidence among potential Liverpool investors, and it increased the club's takeover price because the European Union's highest legal authority has recommended the UEFA and FIFA are entitled to sanction clubs that join the European Super League. And of course, Liverpool and other Premier League clubs have already pulled out of the European Super League after huge fan backlash, and I think that's really good. But the verdict, of course, is right now is not legally binding, but a full decision from the court in Luxembourg is due along the similar lines in spring, and a legal source told Football Insider in advance of the recommendation that a positive verdict in favor of FIFA and UEFA is expected to strengthen FSG's hand in their efforts to secure investment in Liverpool, because this increases Liverpool's price and the Liverpool's revenues potentially in the future. It is believed that the decreasing chances of clubs in Europe relaunching the Super League reinforce the Premier League's status as the world's most lucrative cup competition. So basically the likes of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Juventus, Bayern Munich won't be able to get higher revenues than what the Premier League is producing, and this in turn means that Liverpool's broadcast and commercial income will remain very high for years to come. So that increases the value in the eyes of potential investors, which is very encouraging news. And I think the fact that we are so far advanced in the talks of signing Jude Bellingham and Enzo Fernandez, or I already made a detailed video about that yesterday, it's on my channel, make sure to check it out if you haven't already, suggests that we are so far in the process of negotiating with these players that Liverpool are almost certain to be completing the takeover before the summer. FSG have already confirmed their stance on the European Super League. That has not changed since they abandoned the project in April 2021. And also the news that the UK government will introduce an independent regulator for football in 2023 is another big plus against the likes of Liverpool upsetting the status quo. FSG went public with their desire to take on external investment in Liverpool last month, and they also are open to a full takeover, of course. And consortium from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the United States, India have all been linked with Liverpool. And a source told Football Insider at the end of November that interested parties have been made aware that the Premier League TV rights could fall in value by as much as £750 million by the next auction, but they will still be the highest among European top leagues. The Premier League will be still the richest and most lucrative league, and because Liverpool are at near the top of the Premier League for the past 3 or 4 seasons, I think that makes Liverpool very exciting prospect for potential investors. So the current broadcast deal runs until 2025, and that is worth £5.1 billion, which was agreed with Sky, BT Sport and Amazon in May of 2021. The rights were awarded without the usual auction process after the Premier League successfully lobbied the government for an exclusion, citing economic damage caused by the pandemic, and most analysts agree that the TV bundle, which includes BBC's Match of the Day highlights package, would otherwise have been worth less in the eyes of UK broadcasters. And as we are turning into an economic recession potentially in 2023, probably the TV broadcasters won't have as much money to bid for the Premier League TV rights after this deal expires in 2025. And the media revenue is typically Liverpool's single biggest income stream, and it's in line with the league-wide TV cash, would likely have an influence on the price potential bidder would pay for the club. However, there is confidence in the Premier League that a decrease in domestic rights will be offset by the various international deals, because the Premier League is not only selling its TV rights, obviously, to English broadcasters, it is selling the TV rights to more than 200 countries around the world, and they will be bidding higher and higher. Potentially after the market is increasing in India, in China, in the Middle East, and in various other regions in the world. The USA is a huge market, and there is huge potential in the USA as well. As the Premier League is getting bigger and bigger and more popular in the USA, we can expect the USA TV broadcasters to pay more and more money for the Premier League TV rights as well. And also, it's very, very important news that FSG have reportedly settled a lawsuit in the USA when it comes to another of their sports teams. FSG completed a majority takeover of the NHL's Pittsburgh Penguins in December 2021 for around $900 million. It's a hockey league, of course, the NHL, if you don't know that. And it's so FSG take their portfolio to 4 big teams: Liverpool, the Boston Red Sox, NASCAR outfit RFK Racing, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. FSG purchased the Penguins from the majority owners Ron Barco and Mario Lemieux. However, Wildfire Productions LLC, a limited partner, claimed it was unlawfully excluded from the sale discussions. That was reported by Sportico, and Wildfire invested $5 million in 1999 and 2000, according to a federal complaint. FSG attorneys argued in court that Wildfire knew about FSG's planned acquisition of a controlling stake in Lemieux Group LP for over 6 weeks before the transaction was completed and closed. And now, according to the newspaper Pittsburgh Tribune, this dispute has been settled after Wildfire brought lawsuits with FSG in Western Pennsylvania and Lemieux LLC in Delaware. Daniel Shapira, counsel for Wildfire Productions, said that an agreement was reached. This resolved all disputes between the parties. As part of the settlement, the NHL has approved the sale of Wildfire's limited partner interest, and Wildfire no longer owns any interest in the Penguins. Wildfire wishes FSG and the Penguins the best of luck going forward. Terms of the settlement, of course, are disclosed and not disclosed. They are secret. The Penguins declined to comment when asked by the newspaper, the Pittsburgh Tribune. So this means that basically FSG had to pay off these guys to make the lawsuit go away, and they settled out of court, which is good news because now they have one less thing to worry about. And I think it overall is good news that basically UEFA and FIFA can sanction clubs that want to break away from their domestic leagues or the Champions League, because that strengthens Liverpool's position as still one of the richest and most lucrative clubs to own, and that will strengthen the FSG's position to sell Liverpool, because they can basically say to investors that Liverpool is a solid buy with guaranteed huge revenues from Premier League TV deals, from Champions League or Europa League TV money as well. So what do you think about this news? Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your opinion. And I also wanted to comment on this strange virus or illness that is going on around Qatar, and it has affected a lot of the French players ahead of the World Cup final tomorrow. As many as like 6 or 7 French players have already caught the illness, and the French camp is trying to isolate the players who are sick. Konate, it looks like he will be fit again and healthy again to play in the World Cup final, but we don't know how much this virus disrupted the preparation of the France players. But it will be, of course, a very interesting story before the World Cup final. And Jurgen Klopp also noted that I hope we all get through it, and we all know in England and in Europe in general there is kind of a virus going around, so we hope we can stay out of that with flu-like symptoms. Then we will make the decision obviously on Wednesday who can play on Thursday against Manchester City. But it's good, and it will be a very interesting game after that period, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also wish Konate all the best. I hope he can start the World Cup final. He will be healthy to do that, because I think Konate played pretty brilliantly against Morocco in the semi-finals, and hopefully he will keep his place in the final team. And Neil Jones is reporting in goal.com that it would be unbelievable for Liverpool to pull off a signing of Enzo Fernandez. I believe Liverpool actually looked at getting Enzo Fernandez even when he was playing at River Plate last summer. I know it was between Wolves and Benfica for his signature, but one of Wolves' directors actually flew out to Argentina to try and negotiate a deal between Enzo Fernandez and Wolves, but he chose Benfica in the end. Obviously, you only have to look at Darwin Núñez to see that Benfica are not only brilliant at getting the right South American talent, but they are brilliant at developing that talent, and they make huge money selling these talented players as well. So that's, I think, very encouraging. And the fact that the negotiations are in such an advanced stage with Enzo Fernandez and his camp suggests that it's only a matter of time before we will knock on Benfica's door and ask what kind of transfer fee are they looking for if they want to sell Enzo Fernandez. But we have to be careful because other clubs will be definitely interested in Enzo Fernandez after he had a brilliant run at the World Cup. And thanks for watching, guys. That's it for today's video. A brand new career mode video is dropping after the World Cup bronze match between Morocco and Croatia. What is your prediction for that game? Let me know in the comments below, and have a lovely day. See you later. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.